Now I'm going to share what I do, what it looks like for me to take things from my capture devices and put them into different parts of my bullet journal. And at the same time, I'm going to do a real quick weekly review where I migrate tasks from this past week that I wasn't able to get done, or actually what just happened was I had some tasks that I wanted to get done this week, and Amber said that we're busy. I don't know exactly what we're doing, but it's kind of a surprise, and I'm not gonna have time to do those things. So I'm gonna have to move a lot of them to this week. So I'll show you all what that looks like. So I get my pen out. Just gonna flip to the back here. Look at those two things. So this first thing, call John about what I did wrong. I know what that's in reference to. Shouldn't, if I call him in the next year, I'll remember what that means. I'm not sure what day I'll do that, so what I like to do is just write that in the tasks. So that might migrate from tasks over to a specific day, and that's how that works. So call John about what I did wrong. All right, so I go back there and I just put a little right arrow just to let me know that I dealt with it. I don't cross it out because I didn't do it. Sometimes if I'm in my inbox and I happen to have remembered to do the thing and I did the thing, then I just go ahead and cross it out. So this is something I want to talk about in the podcast. So I'll jump back to the podcast page, and this guy right here. So I'll remember to talk about that on the podcast. And right arrow, taking care of that. So that's everything in here. I didn't do these things, but you know, I might have something to put on a context list, GTD style. You know, I may have something that I want to, let's see, something that I'm grateful for, I might throw in there. You know, it might be part of a bigger project, and there's some projects scattered throughout here that might be where something winds up. Whatever. It may go to different places. So I unlocked this. I don't know if you can read that very well. Okay. Let's see, a few things. I keep some like location-based reminders and scheduled reminders in here, so that's something to keep in mind when you're looking at this. So I wanted to look up what is safe about safety pops. It turns out they have this loop of soft fiber, not a hard stick. So if a kid trips and falls within his mouth, it won't go shoved down his neck. So I did that. Get an oil change. Okay, that needs to happen soon. I should really do that this week. So, and let me officially move over my thing here. So this week I need to get an oil change. All right. Next, let's see. Color code work keys. It's another thing that I could do. Maybe I'd like to do that before I go back to work. So, yeah, there we go. There we go. So, I know I'll have some time on Sunday, so maybe I'll just put that here. All right. Let's see. So, did that. Set up Apple Pay with my new card. Let's see. I can do that anytime. I'd like to do that soon. Maybe I'll just go ahead and throw that on today's list. Here's today. Just write Apple Pay there. May do that just after this video. Next. So part of Amber and I's podcast that we would like to do at some point in the future, I'm thinking maybe she could learn to use some power tools. So Here we go. Make stations for podcasts. Oh, so that's something that I want to do to make the podcast that I listen to easier to find. So like you're seeing now a part of the process where it's like, what do I do with this? What do I do with this task? I could throw it in like this month. I could just go to February and put it there. I could put it on a list back here of things to do on my phone. I could just make a list that is specifically geared toward my phone and put it there. I think I'll just put it on this upcoming week. So there. So this was something that I wanted to talk to you about on the podcast, and I did, so I'll just mark that out. And these are the 2 times that I said to my phone to make a bullet journal video for the sake of the previous video. So that's that. If I had anything in here, I'd pull it out of the wallet, but I know I don't. So another thing, like I said, there are things from this past week. You know, we're coming up. It's Friday today. Saturday and Sunday are coming up. And I know I'm not going to get a lot of these things done. So I'm going to move these forward probably. Let's see. I think I'm going to put call Mark today, or maybe I'll just send him a Facebook message. So that's been moved. I want to call my friend about learning how to use a hand planner and a jointer, because I can't figure them out. So so I'll do that this upcoming week. There's a sticker that I've talked about before that I want to put on the cover of this thing. I'm just gonna have to put it on next week, because there's kind of a few steps involved. Print insurance forms. I should do that today. So that's been moved on. And that's it. And I can just take a look here. If they have arrows, I know that they've been processed mentally, so I don't have to think about them anymore. They may not have been completed, but they at least have been thought about. Things today haven't been done except for making this video. And that's about it. So when you're trying to figure out when you could do things, how to do things, really just has to take place in your own brain, which is, you know, not a very good descriptive, specific way of telling you to deal with things, but that's what has to happen. You just have to sit down with those things that you need to do and figure out where they need to go. So, hope that's helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.